Learning never exhausts the mind. Tears come from the heart and not from the brain. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. While I thought that I was learning how to live, I have been learning how to die. Why does the eye see a thing more clearly in dreams than the imagination when awake? Time stays long enough for anyone who will use it. A beautiful body perishes, but a work of art dies not. The human foot is a masterpiece of engineering and a work of art. I have offended God and mankind because my work didn't reach the quality it should have. Where there is shouting, there is no true knowledge. He who is fixed to a star does not change his mind. Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. Blinding ignorance does mislead us. Oh, wretched mortals, open your eyes. Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. The function of muscle is to pull and not to push, except in the case of the genitals and the tongue. Men of lofty genius when they are doing the least work are most active. He who wishes to be rich in a day will be hanged in a year. As every divided kingdom falls, so every mind divided between many studies confounds and saps itself. Medicine is the restoration of discordant elements. Sickness is the discord of the elements infused into the living body. Necessity is the mistress and guide of nature. Necessity is the theme and inventress of nature, her curb and her eternal law. The Medici created and destroyed me. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. Art is never finished, only abandoned. There are three classes of people: those who see when they are shown, those who do not see. As a well-spent day brings happy sleep, so a life well spent brings happy death. Poor is the pupil who does not surpass his master. I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Being willing is not enough, we must do. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Water is the driving force of all nature. Intellectual passion drives out sensuality. Marriage is like putting your hand into a bag of snakes in the hope of pulling out an eel. Iron rusts from disuse, water loses its purity from stagnation. Even so does inaction sap the vigor of the mind. Our life is made by the death of others. All our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions. Anyone who conducts an argument by appealing to authority is not using his intelligence, he is just using his memory. He who loves practice without theory is like the sailor who boards a ship without a rudder and compass and never knows where he may cast. Every action needs to be prompted by a motive. Just as courage imperils life, fear protects it. Science is the captain, and practice the soldiers. The smallest feline is a masterpiece. Common sense is that which judges the things given to it by other senses. Nature never breaks her own laws. The natural desire of good men is knowledge. The truth of things is the chief nutriment of superior intellects. You do ill if you praise, but worse if you censure what you do not understand. Beyond a doubt, truth bears the same relation to falsehood as light to the darkness. You can have no dominion greater or less than that over yourself. Knowledge of the past and of the places of the earth is the ornament and food of the mind of man. It is better to imitate ancient than modern work. The senses are of the earth, the reason stands apart from them in contemplation. Our body is dependent on heaven and heaven on the spirit. Just as courage is the danger of life, so is fear its safeguard. Experience does not err. Only your judgments err by expecting from her what is not in her power. Each man is always in the middle of the surface of the earth and under the zenith of his own hemisphere, and over the center of the earth. The spirit desires to remain with its body, because, without the organic instruments of that body, it can neither act, nor feel anything. The length of a man's outspread arms is equal to his height.